Hello everyone, my name's Jason. You have found yet another edition of Tunes and Talk. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe. I hope the pandemic stress and the political stress and the economic stress and all that other horrible stress that we're all feeling to some degree or another, I hope it's sort of backed off for you today. If it hasn't, well, hang around for the next hour and maybe it will, because music is one of the most wonderful healing forces known to mankind. And I've got a lot of good music coming your way today. Starting with this one, this tune. It was penned by Paul Williams, one of the greatest songwriters of the 20th century, and Roger Nichols, and who I'm not familiar with, but and it was recorded by both the Carpenters, who, as you know, one of my favorite singing groups ever, Richard and Karen Carpenter, and also recorded by Diana Ross, who is my favorite vocalist of all time. I'm going to be using the Carpenters arrangement, so let's get it cranked. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've ever sung this before. Day after day, I must face a world of strangers where I don't belong. I'm not that strong. It's nice to know that there's someone I can turn to. You're always care, you're always there. When there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true, I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. So many times when the city seems to be without a friendly face, a lonely place, it's nice to know that you'll be there if I need you, and you'll always smile. It's all worthwhile when there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. Touch me and I end up singing. Troubles seem to up and disappear. Touch me with the love you're bringing. I can't really lose when you're near. When you're near, my love, if all my friends have forgotten half their promises, they're not unkind, just hard to find. One look at you and I know that I could love you without the rest. I found the best when there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest of dreams won't come true. I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. When there's no getting over that rainbow, when my smallest dreams won't come true, I can take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. last a day without you. I was singing that and I thought, you know, actually I think I have tried to sing this once at a karaoke venue about 10 or 11 years ago. It didn't go so well as I recall. But I also recall that particular venue at that time had a horrendously bad karaoke system. It was actually reputed for having horrible speakers. It was like, and you were sort of having to sing over that. How's your autumn? Is your autumn off to a good start? We, here in the desert, are now at like 140 plus days, consecutive days of triple-digit temperatures. I'm kind of over it. I love the desert. I love our desert heat, but I'm kind of over it. Ready for those autumn temperatures to come, bring us a little cool weather. Here's a classic you may know. Love is funny, or it's sad. It's quiet, or it's mad. It's a good thing, or it's bad. But beautiful. Beautiful to take a chance. And if you fall, you fall. And I'm thinking I wouldn't mind at all. Love is tearful, or it's gay. It's a problem, or it's play. It's a heartache either way, but beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. And that would be but beautiful, I know. Sax. Love is tearful, or it's gay. It's a problem, or it's play. It's a heartache either way, but so beautiful. And I'm thinking, if you were mine, I'd never let you go. And that would be so beautiful, I know. I know. That would be ever so beautiful. That would be ever so beautiful. That would be beautiful, I know. But beautiful. Isn't that a lovely arrangement of that song? I love the the long sax solo in there. The sax is my favorite musical instrument. My favorite saxophonist and fantasy husband, Dave Koz, has a brand new album coming out this Friday, October 9th. Yeah, this Friday. Called A New Day, and he's been doing an online build-up to it, and there's like a virtual release party and everything, but what a sweet, talented guy. Handsome, too. This next song is one that I think touched the heart of the world because it was movie music, and you know, at least here in this country, we love our movie music, right? That is, I think, one of the quintessential things that can make or break a movie. Does it have a good score and or soundtrack? You know, what kind of music is used in the movie? If you think about, like, My Heart Will Go On, boom, everybody immediately Titanic. The theme from Gone with the Wind, everybody immediately hears that instrumental, and they start singing Miss Scarlet in their mind. Whitney Houston's recording of Dolly Parton's I Will Always Love You, boom, The Bodyguard, right? So this song was recorded by Neil Diamond, and it was from a movie that captured the heart, I think, of everyone, not just in the country, but in the world. And we were all so happy yet so sad when E.T. was finally able to phone home and his people came and got him. Come back again. I want you to stay next time. 'Cause sometimes the world ain't kind when people get lost like you and me. Just made a friend. A friend is someone you need. Now that he had to go away, I still hear the words that he might say. Turn on your heart light, let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light in the middle of a young boy's dream. Don't wake me up too soon. Gonna take a ride across the moon. He's looking for a home. 'Cause everyone needs a place. And home's the most excellent place of all. And I'll be right here if you should call me. Turn on your heart light. Let it shine wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light in the middle of a young boy's dream. Don't wake me up too soon. Gonna take a ride across the shine wherever you go, and let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Turn on your heart light in the middle of a young boy's dream. Don't wake me up too soon. Gonna take a ride across the moon, you and me. Turn on your heart light now. Turn on your heart light now. From E.T., the extraterrestrial. Can you believe that movie came out 40 years ago? Wait, what? 40 years ago. Oh, man. And now, of course, Henry Thomas and Drew Barrymore are, well, Drew's in her 40s. Henry may be in his early 50s now. But what a beautiful film, and a beautiful part of our pop culture. I don't think that anybody doesn't associate Reese's Pieces, well, anybody that was alive back then, or has seen the film, with E.T. and ouch, right? Healing someone with that glowing force at the end of the finger. And with that, 1, 2, 3. Guess what, folks? When I started this little project, back in whenever it was in March, I guess, shortly after everything shut down, and I started by singing one lone song back here in my shower with my camping lantern on and my little iPod plugged in, and I'm wedged into the corner. I had no idea. I don't think any of us had any idea that we'd still be dealing with what we're dealing with all these months later, but I had no idea that this would turn into something that I would do on such a regular basis, and really enjoy it so much. And I really appreciate all the wonderful feedback that I get from you that take a moment or an hour to sit down and watch these videos and listen to them. And my goal, shortly after I began, was to try and not do any repeats for as long as I could. And then it's kind of, well, maybe I'll start doing repeats after 100, and then 150, and then 175. Well, I finally said, when I've sung 200 different songs, then I will allow myself to start singing songs over and again. And actually, I've now sung 201, but 200 of them have been different. I have one repeat that I didn't realize early on, but I've now sung you 200 different songs since March, and I hope you've enjoyed them. I've loved doing this, and have no plans to stop anytime soon. But this is one of the first official repeats, but I love it so much. It's a Peter Allen song and a Rita Coolidge arrangement. I'd rather live while I'm in love, while I still believe the meaning of the word. I'll keep my dreams and just pretend that you and I were never gonna end. Too many times I've seen the rose die on the vine, and somebody's heart gets broken, usually it's mine. I don't want to take a chance of being hurt again. can't say goodbye. So if you wake and find me gone, oh baby, carry on. You see, I need my fantasy. I still believe it's best to leave while I'm in love. There's too many times I've seen a rose die on the vine, and somebody's heart gets broken, usually it's mine. I don't want to take a chance of being hurt again. You and I, we can't say goodbye. So if you wake and find me gone, oh baby, carry on. You see, I need my fantasy. I still believe it's best to leave while I'm in love. I still believe it's best to leave while I'm in love. While I'm in love. Yep. What was it? The first good witch that Dorothy encountered in the movie version of The Wiz. In the stage version, her name was Ada Pearl. Ada Pearl, the feel-good girl. But in the film, oh, yikes. In the film, it was a witch named Miss One who was all about numbers, and she said, just count your blessings and cut your losses and follow the yellow brick road. I think that's what that song's about. Leave while you're in love, count your blessings, cut your losses, and get out of there before it all goes south. I sang that song a couple or 3 years ago on stage at our beautiful outdoor LGBTQ Pride Fest here in downtown Palm Springs, which has historically always been the first weekend in November. And I have to admit, I'm a little sad this will be the first year that, since I've moved here, that we are not having the Pride Fest, because obviously we want to try and keep people safe and squelch this whole COVID thing sooner rather than later. And I'm so grateful to have gotten the opportunity to have gotten to appear on that outdoor stage now for 6 or 7 years in a row. One of our local personalities, Brian Wanzik, aka the fabulous Bella DeBall, who is without a doubt one of the kindest, most beautiful, loving, caring, giving souls to ever walk the face of this earth, has always been the hostess with the mostest at that event, and does such an incredible job with organizing and promoting, and has been so kind to reach out to me year after year to see if I wanted to sing, and the answer is always yes. Nobody ever has to ask me twice if I want to sing. So Brian, aka Bella, I know occasionally I see you share this video when I post it on the link on Facebook. Thank you. Thank you for all you do for our community. You are a marvel and a treasure. And all of Palm Springs adores you, and I hope you know that. Here's a little Vanessa Carlton tune. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way through the crowd. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. It's always times like these when I think of you, and I wonder if you ever think of me. 'Cause everything's so wrong and I don't belong, living in your precious memory. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. And I don't want to let you know I drown in your memory. I don't want to let you go. I don't. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way through the crowd. I still need you, and I still miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. If I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. If I could just hold you tonight. A 1,000 Miles, Vanessa, Carlton. Still kind of a relatively new one for me, but I just love that. I love that upright bass, or cello if you prefer. Is there a difference? I don't know. I have a friend who plays upright bass back east. He would be able to tell me if there's a difference. But always love that song. This next one I've got coming up, I owe my thanks to my dear, sweet, wonderful, beautiful, talented friend Eve Holmes, who is a local cabaret artist. And she, as of late, has been broadcasting some live performances on Facebook on Thursdays. And Eve sort of reintroduced me to this song years ago at one of her live performances. And I had asked her, I said, gosh, that's such a great song. And I think I've heard it before. Where have I heard that? And she said it's from Pretty Woman, the movie Pretty Woman. But it's not the song anybody remembers. They all remember the Roxette song, you know. Lay a whisper on my pillow, you know, which is great and wonderful, and yeah, we love it. But I think this song is so much better, and if you've seen Pretty Woman, this is when she's shopping, right? Walking around all the shopping bags and spending Richard Gere's money. But it's such a great song, and so thank you, Eve Holmes, for putting this song back onto my radar all those years ago. I still love it. And she always makes sure to sing it whenever I show up at one of her gigs, and that touches me so much. It's called Fallen. I can't believe it, you're a dream come true. And I can't believe how I am fallen for you. And I was not looking, was content to remain. And it's ironic to be back in the game. You are the one who's led me to the sun. How could I know I was lost without you? And I want to tell you, you control my reign. And you should know that you're the light in my veins. You are the one who's led me to the sun. How could I know that I was lost without you? And I can't believe it, you're a dream come true. And I can't believe how I've fallen for you. And I was not looking, was content to remain. And it's erotic to be back in the game. Whoa, you're a dream coming true. Oh my, I have fallen for you. Whoa, you're my dream coming true. Oh my, I have fallen for you. Just such a beautiful, feel-good song. And when you are falling in love with someone, especially if it's mutual. If it's not mutual, it actually kind of sucks. But if the two of you are really having a good time together, it just sort of makes you feel a little bit like you're walking on air. And that's the sensation that I get from that song. It's such a beautiful blend of lyrics and melody and instrumentation. Just sort of cruising along on good vibes and walking on air. Thinking about that person that you have come to adore. Years ago, a coworker of mine was talking about a couple she knew, and they had been friends for several years and eventually ended up marrying one another and as far as I know, living happily ever after. And my coworker, she said, I asked her one day, I said, you had already been friends for so many years. Didn't you get it? I mean, did you not feel anything? And she said, no, it really sort of took me by surprise. And she said, well, when did you know that you loved him? And she said, we were sitting across the table at lunch one day, and just sort of out of nowhere, I reached up and reached across the table to push a lock of his hair back that was falling down into his eyes. And she said, that's when I knew. I think that's a cute story, a sweet story. Next up, I've included this next song for a very important reason. As you know, we recently lost our beloved Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Her legacy will live on, but she was such a strong, courageous woman that, she didn't just break one glass ceiling. She just sort of kept crashing right through those glass ceilings every time somebody put another one above her. Nope, shattering that one too. And as you are well aware, my favorite fictional character ever, Wonder Woman. I'm also a big Modesty Blaise fan. Those of you unfamiliar with Modesty Blaise fiction, you don't know what you're missing. And I really have always valued and admired and respected the strength and power of women. I don't understand, I have never understood why at some point in the world's history women were labeled the, quote, weaker sex. Excuse me, they are the ones who endure childbirth, okay? Show me a being that can endure the pain and trauma of childbirth, and I will show you someone that's not a weak individual, okay? Men, God love us, we're such babies when we get sick, right? Can you imagine if we were to try and birth a child? Oh, no, we would be screaming to just be put out of our misery probably about 3 labor pains in. So I've always had this grand respect for strong women, and I'm very grateful to have strong women in my life. My mom, my sister, my dojo mama, which is my sensei's wife. Over the years, my fellow martial artists, a lot of them have been women. And my friends right now, my friends, like Joanne and Francesca and Eve, who I already mentioned, beautiful, strong, vibrant, courageous women. I just admire them all so much. And so this song is one that speaks to strong women everywhere. It was recorded by Crystal Gayle, and we lost another, and that's another reason I included this, we lost another strong, glass ceiling shattering woman just this past week, the marvelous Helen Reddy, who you know I absolutely adored. And so this song is dedicated to strong women everywhere. It's called 3 Good Reasons. Again, it was recorded by Crystal Gayle. Here we go. She was 30-something when she crossed the line between Southern Virginia and North Carolina. She was running away from a broken heart with 2 sleeping children in the back of her car. The man she had promised her a whole life through had told her that he'd found somebody new. Part of her wish she could lie down and die, but the part in charge looked her straight in the eyes instead. And that's when she said, I've got 3 good reasons to survive. One is 8 years old, and one soon be turning 5. The third one is a woman who still has her pride, and that may survive. She called some friends up in Rocky Mountains who said they'd be glad to help her out. They put her and the children in the spare bedroom. She promised they'd find their own place soon, and she thanked them for their help, then whispered softly to herself, I've got 3 good reasons to survive. One is 8 years old, and one will soon be turning 5. The third one is a woman who still has her pride, and that makes 3 good reasons to survive. Now she's made a brand new home. Her laughter is back and her tears are gone. And if you ask her what made her strong, she'll just smile and say, I had 3 good reasons to survive. One is 8 years old, and one is just turned 5. The third one is a woman who never lost her pride, and that made 3 good reasons to survive. Oh, she had 3 good reasons to survive. Three good reasons to survive. 3 good reasons. 3 good reasons, Crystal Gayle. And here is to all those beautiful, strong, courageous women who have inspired me and others throughout history. Next up, speaking of strong women, this is a Bette Midler tune. Remember what I said a little while ago about the music and songs sort of being a make or break on a movie? This song is movie music. It was nominated for both a Golden Globe and an Oscar. One of my favorite recordings by Bette Midler ever, from a very underrated movie entitled For the Boys, in which she and James Caan played USO entertainers throughout a series of wars, World War II, the Korean conflict, into the Vietnam War, and really beautiful film, strong performances, and some wonderful music came out of that. And it's also a song about lifelong friends, and where would we be without them? My best pal Tony, who lives here in Palm Springs, the best friend I've made in the dozen years I've been here. Can't imagine what the past 12 years would have been like without his smile and his laughter and the inside jokes that he and I share and the time we get to spend together. I just cherish that. And my best friend ever in the whole world, Mary Helen, who lives in Central Texas. We became best friends at the age of 13, and more than a few years later, we still are. We'll go for a long time, sometimes without talking or emailing or whatever. But when we do, bang, we just pick right up where we left off. So this song about old friends is called Every Road Leads Back to You. Old friend, here we are, after all the years and tears and all that we've been through. It feels so good to see you looking back in time, there've been other friends and other lovers, but no other one like you. Oh, my life, no one ever has known me better, and I must have traveled down 1,000 roads, been so many places, seen so many faces, always on my way to something new. Oh, but it doesn't matter, 'cause no matter where I go, every road leads back. Every road just seems to lead me back to you. Old friend, there were times I didn't want to see your face or hear your name again. Now those times seem far behind me. It's so good to see your smile. I'd forgotten how nobody else can make me smile the way you do. Oh, my life, and you're the one I still want beside me. And I must have traveled down 1,000 roads, been so many places, seen so many faces, always on my way to something new. Oh, but it doesn't matter, 'cause no matter where I go, every road leads back. Every road just seems to lead me back to you. And I must have traveled down 1,000 roads, been so many places, seen so many faces, always on my way to something new. But it doesn't matter, 'cause no matter where I go, every road leads back. Every road just seems to lead me. Every road leads back. Every road just seems to lead me back to you. Every road just seems to lead me back to you. Every road leads back to you. Bette Midler from For the Boys. And if you haven't seen the movie, do check it out. I'm going to spoil it right now, so if you don't want to get a key plot point, plug your ears. The two of them have a son, and he is killed in combat, Vietnam. And that becomes a point of contention, how each one of them deals with that. But you know, I was just talking about all these wonderful, strong women who have inspired so many. Right now, we're going through this pandemic, and unfortunately, over 200,000 people. I say unfortunately, and that word really just isn't strong enough, but for lack of a better one, I'll say that. We've lost over 200,000 people, and when you think about it, who knows what they might have gone on to do and to who they would have gone on to inspire. Having lived through the AIDS epidemic, I came out sort of when that was at its peak, and AIDS hasn't gone away. It's still around. Don't tell yourself a myth or a fairy tale like, oh, we don't have to worry about that anymore. No, it's still out there, and you still need to be careful and take precautions. But when it was like at its height and so many people were dying, that's when I was reconciling myself with my true identity and coming out. And we lost so many people who made the world such a better, beautiful, brighter place. And even though they're gone, I am so grateful to them
for their contributions. If you think about all that gay men in particular, who of course are the hardest segment of the population hit by that disease, think about all that gay men have done for the arts, for the fine arts and for the performing arts, all the songwriters, the singers, the choreographers, the actors, the musicians, the costumers, the set designers. I mean, we sort of are the arts in a large way. Not in every way, but in a large way. So thank you to all those who went before for your contribution. I'm feeling very grateful tonight, a good sense of gratitude, and I hope you are too. Even in the midst of everything that's going on, take a moment and, as I mentioned earlier, as Miss One told Dorothy in The Wiz, count your blessings and cut your losses and follow the yellow brick road. Notice she said count your blessings first. This next song is one that was recorded by the late Helen Reddy, and I thought I would include it tonight because, as I said, we just lost her this past week, and it is a loss. It is a huge loss, and it's been a very tough one for me to sort of wrap my head around, or to sort of wrap my heart around, I guess. This is written by Paul Williams, and she loved Paul Williams. He was one of her favorite songwriters. She loved anytime she got the chance to sing a Paul Williams tune. And he wrote it about a couple, and when she recorded it, she said it really didn't resonate that way for her, but having a daughter, it really resonated with her as a child and a mother and child song. Hence the little intro here.
Tell me again, Mommy.
You and me against the world. Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. When all the others turn their backs and walk away, you can count on me to stay. Remember when the circus came to town, and you were frightened by the clown? Wasn't it nice to be around someone that you knew, someone who was big and strong and looking out for you and me against the world? Sometimes it feels like you and me against the world. And for all the times we've cried, I always felt that God was on our side. And when one of us is gone, and one of us is left to carry on, then remembering we'll have to do. Our memories alone will get us through. Think about the days of me and you and me against the world. And for all the times we've cried, I always felt that God was on our side. And when one of us is gone, and one of us is left to carry on, well then, remembering we'll have to do. Our memories alone will get us through. Think about the days of me and you and me against the world.
I love you, Mommy.
She loves you too, baby. Oh, R.I.P. Helen Reddy. Magnificent Helen Reddy. Wow, what a loss. But what a marvelous treasury of work she left behind. I have one song left in the barrel. Believe it or not, we have come almost to the end of another Tunes and Talk. Thank you so much for joining me on this little musical journey tonight and hanging in there with me. I hope it's brought you some peace and some reflection and some happiness that will follow you throughout the rest of the day and the week. This last song, I thought, is kind of apropos, since I said I was going to wait till we hit 200 before I did any repeats, right? So I've done a few tonight, but this is the very first song that started it all, that started this whole Tunes and Talk experiment. The one I recorded back here in my shower. It's a very old song. It's been around since about I want to say either 1934 or 1943, one or the other. But the only person I've ever heard record it was Vanessa Williams, and I adore Vanessa Williams. And the first time I heard it, I just fell in love with the song. So I thought I would close tonight's show with the one I opened with all those months ago. It's called What Will I Tell My Heart?
I'll try to explain to friends dear the reason we two are apart. I know what to tell our friends dear, but what will I tell my heart? It's easy to say to strangers that we played the game from the start. It's easy to lie to strangers, but why tell a lie to your heart? When I smile to hide all the tears inside, what an ache it will bring. Then I'll wander home to a telephone that forgot how to ring. I could say you'll soon be back here to fool the whole town, maybe smart. I'll tell them that you'll soon be back here. But what can I tell my heart? When I smile to hide all the tears inside, what a ache it will bring. Then I'll wander home to a telephone that forgot how to ring. I I'll tell him that you'll soon be back, dear. But what can I tell my heart? What will I tell my Sublime. Simply sublime. Thank you all for joining in. Please stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourself, take care of one another. We're heading into the last quarter of the year, so let's make it better than the first three, and let's look toward a better, brighter 2021. Love you guys.